Welcome to another film breakdown. Today, I've got an interesting one. I feel like an under talked about and underappreciated prospect, Louisville cornerback Quincy Riley. Quincy Riley, um, one of those tremendously impactful players on the Louisville defense to go along with Ashton Gillott, and probably their most outstanding player from the 2024 season. He started at Middle Tennessee State, where he was what you see today, just a ball hawk, elite production. And then that production he parlayed into getting a Power 5 offer and ultimately went to Louisville. And for Louisville, it's been more of the same. Elite ball production. He will find a way to make a play on the football in any way, shape, or form. He is a splash play waiting to happen. Riley, as you will see in this video, can it succeed in both zone or man schemes. It really doesn't make a huge difference with him. His productivity and effectiveness will be relatively similar, which is very good. I think that just kind of goes to show that the brain he has for the sport, right? He's very intuitive. He's very smart. He knows where he needs to be. And I think a lot of the times with defensive backs and linebackers, that's really shown in zone coverage. Like your ability to just know the spot you need to be in, your ability to feel what's going on around you, to process routes going on in front of you. He's got that in the tool bag. And what makes him so great uh, in terms of ball production is, first of all, he's got good hands, right? So he can make some pretty difficult plays on the football, but also he is tremendously physical without warranting a penalty. He can just kind of go up and win those contested catches almost. And he's got tremendous straight line speed. You will not see any wide receivers creating significant separation on him with deep routes, as first of all he runs track, so he's significantly faster than most guys on the football field. He's very good at he has the recovery speed. So if he gives up separation, he's getting it back. What are his concerns? His arm length is teetering on whether it's an advantage for him or a disadvantage, which makes me think moot point, right? It's neither. He has exactly 31-inch arms. He's 5'11", 194. So you could say he's undersized. I wouldn't say that because he's not. He's just proportionally sized for the position historically. So I think that some people are having issues with his size. Just because he's not a 6'4" transformer doesn't mean he's small, right? I worry about him as a tackler in the secondary. I think while he's not small, I don't think he's big enough to be like this sturdy run defender like you might see in some safeties. He tends to get kind of bulldozed at times on the outside. So if he could add like 5 pounds of muscle mass, that would be cool. But again, I'm not over here saying he's undraftable because of his size. Mind you, I wanted to say this is the Miami Louisville 2023 game. If you catch me saying Louisville wrong, please don't say anything. I don't care. I've been told it's Louisville. Louisville. It's not how it's spelled, but I'll say it like that. So this is a concern, right? His strength. So I don't think he's a press man corner. While I said I'm not concerned about his size, maybe I'm concerned about his strength. That's a workaround. Right here, he tries to press his receiver and kind of gets pushed back, and the receiver creates a good amount of separation, just doesn't really get targeted. This is a great play. Look at Riley covering Xavier Restrepo. And look at the hip movement, the ability to change directions never gives Restrepo an inch. Riley does really well here. Uh, Basically, the wide receiver is trying to stack him vertically on a stop and go. And it Riley does well to fight back, basically, get physical when the receiver wants to get physical, and he ultimately wins the matchup. All right. Watch at the top of your screen. What I'm learning is that Riley is quite the competitor, very feisty. Just watch him the whole play. The whole play, first of all, Soft man coverage doesn't allow an inch of separation and definitely frustrates the wide receiver, leads to a backhand slap. And that was definitely a flag. All right, he doesn't get targeted. Just watch the bottom of your screen. That speed that we talked about, I mean, look at him work. He's not giving up anything. And yeah, he had that separation on the corner route over there, but Riley would have been able to use his recovery speed to make a play on that. And honestly, right here, he allows a short completion, which you're going to see every good cornerback give up these short routes, the ins, the outs. But he does a good job to wrap up the wide receiver and doesn't let him out of his grasp. And his teammate comes in to help finish the tackle. All right. Again, you're going to see both really nice recovery speed to get in on the tight end and then change of direction when the ball goes to the other player, get back into the play. This is what I'm worried about. Look at the top of the screen. Right here, he's on Samuel Brown, and Brown kind of just stiff arms him and creates a ton of separation. Luckily for Riley, the ball was never going to Brown. But he does have to get his strength up. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Right here, Riley, I can't. This is man. He just gives up the inside so easily, kind of hoping that the safety clamps in on it. Which, that was the safety's job, but Riley never really even tried to get inside. I don't think he had a chance to make the play, but that was a weird little play. I keep getting blown away with his speed. He's excellent transitioning from the back pedal to the flip the hips, change directions twice there to flip the hips, and he stayed completely in phase with the wide receiver. Quincy Riley is a good football player. He likes to play physical. He can play zone and man. He is, like I said, like that makes him scheme versatile. He is incredibly fast. He's just a bit wiry. Okay, I don't think he's undersized. I don't think he's small. He just needs to add a bit of muscle mass, and maybe playing as physical as he doesn't work for his body type, because on these breaks, receivers are kind of bullying him to get him out of the picture a little bit. And it's working. Now, he has great recovery speed, great change of direction, quickness, all that stuff, great footwork. So he recovers, but why put yourself in that situation to begin with? However, I think Riley can eventually be a solid cornerback too in the NFL. I like him as a prospect. What do you guys think, though? Do you think that Riley is maybe a barely rosterable player? Do you think he's a stash? Do you think he can be an instant impact guy? I'm kind of in between all those. I think he'll probably come into the NFL and be a depth piece for maybe a year, and then he'll get an opportunity in year two or something. That's where I'm at. But if you like this video, please feel free to let me know by subscribing or leaving a like or a comment. That would make me very happy. It would let me know that I'm doing something right. If I'm doing something wrong, you could tell me in like a nice way, and I will try to fix it. So I appreciate you watching. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time.